Only fools represent themselves. That'll be the theme of this video, so stay tuned. You want to know what one of my earlier mentors told me? He told me never to fall in love with your own work. Now, back then I didn't understand what he meant by that, but now I actually do. And fortunately for me, I had no other choice to work with these people. Actually, I did choose to work with them. It seemed like I didn't have a choice. I don't know why, but I'm actually glad I was able to work with these individuals because they were actually the most caliber in their category. I'm talking about credit repair, boxing, and even law. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Andre. I'm the founder and I'm the owner-operator of Pinnacle Credit Repair. It's a credit repair company that's been featured on badcredit.org, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? It means I've actually worked with some of the best people in the industry. The original founder of Lexington Law, one of the attorneys for former President John F. Kennedy, and the list goes on. I've had various mentors of different categories: boxing, fitness, finance. I work with some top insurance agents and brokers, etc., in New York Life and various industries, and even real estate. There are two categories of people that look on YouTube for credit repair. Number one is the DIY category. Well, there's a saying, only fools represent themselves, and that couldn't be more the truth than not, because there's a reason why people go to school, practice, and have the success that they have. Now, I understand in the realm of credit repair, as this applies to you, on the other side, there are companies that you could work with, and not all of them are that good. Let me name a few of them. Actually, no, I'm not going to, but we all understand when we do a basic Google search outside of my company, which is a boutique credit repair company, there's going to be Lexington Law, creditrepair.com, which is owned by Lexington Law. You know, the company that got sued for $4 billion in settlements from the CFPB. Well, yeah, that's the reality. And, you know, karma came back to bite them in the ass. This is stuff that we already knew. They were very good at conducting marketing campaigns to really beef up their online presence, and so did all of these other companies as well. I'm going to share with you some terms that you may have never heard of in the industry, but they're not exclusive to credit repair, but they're definitely honed into the realm of finance and expertise in terms of getting your credit fixed. And other things like insurance and, I don't know, anything you can think of, real estate. So real quick right now, sidetrack, but this is really related to what we're talking about. Excuse me for a second. My sincerest apologies. Parasite SEO. What does parasite SEO have to do with credit repair? Well, back several years ago, I think like 10 years ago, lots of media companies found out that print wasn't really doing anything for them. So they went online and they figured, you know what? No one's really giving us a lot of attention. We need to partner with big companies with lots of money to piggyback off our brand name, which is basically the news sites. And so news sites beefed up a lot of the surrounding credit repair companies like Sky Blue, Credit Saint, Lexington Law, etc. And then they just gave them a good DA listing so they could just shoot up on the Google search. And that's basically why they're all there. My company is the only company that's listed organically on the top for the phrase fast credit repair. And that's a reason, because part of SEO is buying the real estate by leveraging companies like news organizations that have no expertise in finance, no expertise, but they have the credibility of having lots of eyeballs and traffic on their websites. And so when you combine the two, a client that has money, like a company like Lexington Law, they have tons of money, and a media company like a news company, you get the first listing on Google organically. But all those are pretty much sponsored listings on the news websites, and then they make a commission. So the news company are referring you to all of these BS companies that are giving you like subpar service. Now, there are reasons why people don't want to hire a credit repair company. And the biggest reasons, I'll actually list them right here. Let me read them out. I have my phone. Yes, I came prepared. I have my notes. All right, let's just go over them. The high costs. Credit repair companies often charge substantial fees, which can add up over time and may not be justifiable if the results are not guaranteed. That is so true. And case in point, all of my clients, the majority of them, it's very rare for a client to reach out to me that did not hire a credit repair company before, just like it's very rare for an attractive girl not to have some sort of ex in their background or have talked to a different guy in their lifetime. It just kind of happens, right? And a lot of them say the same thing. It's either one, they don't get the attention that they need, the disputes are very simple, or they just take their money and run. Well, two of those things will never happen when you hire me. And that's exactly why I'm making this video. I'm showing face every day, doing something that I don't really want to do, but it's a duty to my clients and a service to you, because let me just share with you my background. The business that I'm in was given to me, passed down, and it's a duty to me to fulfill that responsibility. There are many other businesses I could have done, but this business chose me and my clients chose me. And in a sense, that's basically why I do this, because the clients that call me every day, the clients that I work with, like my actual clients, and then, people that just call and inquire or want to hire me, they keep me in business and I just can't escape, right? It's too late for that. And the reason why they do that is because of the results that I get my clients and the service that I provide. If we ask ourselves, what are the costs to get your credit fixed? A better question would be, what are the costs if you don't get it fixed? How much is it costing you to be in the same situation every day? How much time is it going to cost you to try to learn how to do it yourself, when in fact you're not really learning how to do it from anyone credible? Because I'm going to tell you, the people that are on YouTube teaching this stuff, they're not of the highest degree of expertise in the realm of credit repair. And it's really sad, because this industry is a deregulated, unregulated industry where people with absolutely no credentials can just flaunt whatever they want and talk whatever theory they want, but very few of them put it into practice, right? And I've been in the industry for over 10 years, so a lot of the new guys coming in, they have either learned from me or people that I've hired to work with me. That's just the facts. Number two, the risk of scams. Well, we kind of answered that in the first one. Many credit repair companies make misleading claims or engage in fraudulent practices, such as demanding upfront payments or promising to remove accurate information. That's one thing that we don't do. We do not promise to remove accurate information, because credit repair works as logic, right? If there's no violations, there's no removal. Okay. Somewhere down the line, you could be reaching for a violation that they might make. That is an applicable thing to do. You can do that. We have done that. But that's more or less when things you've already done haven't really worked, and then you're just waiting. Okay. It also depends upon the type of account, whether it's collection, late payment. And for late payments, there's only so many things that you could do. I have a video on how to remove late payments. I literally shared with people my strategy on how to do it, or things that I do. It's simple as I can possibly think of, and people have learned from it and they've gotten success. Now, is that the only way to do it? No, there's other ways, but that's what the video teaches. So that's something that I do and that will work for most people. So guys, I'm not just here trying to, advertise my business. I'm actually showing people on how to do it themselves as well. But you have to be able to differentiate who you are. Do you really want to do this? What is it costing you? Do you really want to spend the time to do it yourself? If you do, then feel free to watch my credit repair info playlist. It has a substantial amount of information on it. And I believe from how I explain on how to do it, you can learn how to do it your own. However, if you want to hire a professional, right now we're talking about the main reasons why people don't want to hire them. And I'm sharing that with you. So charging for service is a federal law, and our state that we are organized in doesn't have such requirements for our business. And so it's a matter of jurisdiction of where the business is and how they conduct their business. So we've not had any complaints regarding this. We've had no charges. We've had no open investigations, anything of the sort. And that's just basically it. So yeah, we've been doing business, and the more videos that we post is a testament and a proof that we're still in business and operating. And that's the best way I can prove it to you, right? The choice is yours to believe whatever you want. Okay, let's move on to the second one. Lack of control. Hiring a credit repair company means relinquishing control over the credit repair process, which can be frustrating for those who prefer a hands-on approach. Well, that's exactly what this is. This is definitely hands-on. So let me share with you how I work with my clients. Here are some screenshots right here that give you a little bit of idea of how it's like to work for me, how it's like to work with me. Sorry. And that's pretty much it. So let me kind of just illustrate that for you. We onboard the client. They have contact to my personal cell phone. We provide them updates via a manual update, via email update. We look at the credit report. I share with them screenshots. I teach them how to log in. Some people don't even know how to log in their stuff and look at it. And I understand the software with Credit Karma can be a little bit, I mean, if you're unfamiliar, I'm not going to say it's difficult to understand, but if you're unfamiliar with something, you're unfamiliar with it. It's all about how many times have you done it yourself, right? DIY. If you really want to do this yourself, when you work with me, you're not doing it yourself. I'm doing it myself, but you're viewing and observing the process, if that makes sense. So that's basically the simplest way I can put it when it's like working with me. And here are the screenshots to give you an idea of the respect I get from people. And here are some results that we got. Right here is a $50,000 late payment. This customer paid me like $10,000 on the top of the VIP list. Late payments are the hardest things to remove. I don't care who you ask. They are very difficult. Be careful who you hire, because most people don't know how to hire late payments. Here's an American Express collection. Now, as we know, Amex is no joke, right? Amex is definitely not a joke. It takes a level of expertise to get these things off. Inquiries. Here's a list of 1 billion inquiries we moved off with another client. And the list goes on and on. I can just keep on doing this. Lucky for you, I have a playlist where you can seam through hundreds of videos if you so choose. I'll leave it in the link description below. You can see the work that I do, and the choice is really yours. I respect the fact that some people, maybe most, I don't know if most or some are, there are people out there that want to do this themselves. There's no question about it. Yes, they have the right to do so, and I encourage it. I also encourage you to hire the right professionals. This video is just to help you discern who's who. There are people that may have a better DIY program than me. Okay, join them. If this is not for you, then definitely join them. But in terms of doing it myself, I take responsibility over my client's credit. And you do have control over your credit because I'm controlling the dispute process. And when you have me, you'll get results. You may get results. I can't promise. I can't guarantee that. But the key is, let me leave you with this. When you hire a professional, they have to have a proven track record. And I wouldn't even bring you on as a client if I didn't have the full confidence to fix your situation. Let's go back to the quote. This is a famous quote that all top lawyers know. Gary Spence, Procter & Gamble, all the top law firms, okay? All the best so-called undefeated trial lawyers know this. Only fools represent themselves. And even district attorneys know this. And even judges understand this. Only fools represent themselves. And that is true. You can't watch a full season of Law and Order and think that you know the law. It doesn't work that way. You can't open a law book or yet even graduate the California and pass a California bar or whatever state that you're in and think that you're the shit. There's a lot of young lawyers out there, like younger than me, I'm 35, that just graduate and they think they're Harvey Specter off of the sitcom called Suits, and they think they can just do all this crazy stuff. You know, it's like going to war. How many battles have you survived? What scars have you got? And what battles have you won? Right? That's what it's like when you hire someone. You want to know what experience they have. Do they have expertise? Do they have a high success rate? A good fair amount of our success has been pretty risky because I've taken on clients where the situation, like earlier on when I was young, I took on pretty much any client I can get my hands on. And, you know, that brought me some headaches, but it mostly brought me wins. And then I soon identified that, man, I have a talent, I have a gift, but I also had the right mentors because my mentors were pretty high level and it wasn't easy working with them. These guys, man, they would chew me up, spit me out, set me straight. Dealing with a mentor is not easy. It's really tough. I don't know if you had a coach before or work with someone that's higher above you. It's not easy. And that's who you want to work with. All right, look, the last one before we end this video. No guarantees. Even reputable companies cannot guarantee success. Credit repair cannot. Even reputable companies cannot guarantee successful credit repair. That's true. I just said that. Especially if the negative information on the report is accurate. Okay, well, here's the thing. Yes, I said that earlier too. If the account is accurate, you have no case. Like, a lawyer will look at your case and, like, if there's no precedent, there's no case, there's no lawsuit, there's no defense, you know? Like, any smart lawyer or any smart consumer advocate or credit repair company is going to look at the odds of probability and is going to look at if you can pay them, because no good lawyer charges cheap. Anyone that's, I mean, if you're considering hiring a professional, you really need to understand you get what you pay for. Service is a person's time. And if a person doesn't charge high, that means, you know, they don't have any clients paying them, because that's essentially what you're paying for. You're paying to be on a lawyer's or a consumer advocate's or any professional's caseload. They have a number of time slots and they're fitting you into their schedule so they can provide you a quality service. Now, if they're going to sell you a service for cheap, that's a representation of the quality of service that you're going to get. That's just how the world works, okay? If you can't expect, you know, if you're going to buy a suit from JCPenney's, it's probably not going to fit so well. But if you go to a boutique suit shop, it's going to be custom tailored for your needs. Now, there is also going to be a difference in the price tag. I'm sorry for you broke people out there. You got to realize, if you can't afford it, then just do it yourself. But if you're not willing to pay attention, then I guess the joke's on you.